Fox has been unable to sync Obama's re-electoral chances with the whole Benghazi incident. So they think that they found something new. And so they have been talking on The Five specifically about the post-Sandy gas lines and loss of power and how people are having to wait a long time for basic resources. And they're trying to compare Obama to Carter. We actually have some video of this and Bob Beckel's attempts to, I guess, fight back against this narrative.
Take a look at these dramatic pictures of the newest pain Hurricane Sandy is inflicting upon the East Coast. A massive and widespread fuel shortage has the Northeast in a panic. Jimmy Carter-esque gas lines miles long. That's if you can find a station with power or gas.
It's pretty incredible. It's funny, you're seeing people use payphones. You're seeing gas lines. All we need are new episodes of Three's Company. And we're back in the Carter era. The man has failed. So what does he do? I hate to use the word because I'm banning it later. He pivots. He pivots. He endorses President Obama on the basis of climate change. So he's actually using the election to talk about the weather. And he hates people.
Carter-esque. I mean, literally. Mayor Bloomer, the timing of this endorsement of President Obama and then throwing climate in there, anything insidious about that?
I think it's silly. I do think that it's a way to say, don't blame me for the fact that you have all of these problems now. Let's do climate change.
This is, I think, at this point going badly for Obama, because there's a certain point where everyone's like, okay, we're all in this together, let's do this, and then people start to get their patience and their emotion run very thin.
That's awesome. Now, Beckel did call BS on this.
Yeah.
He's the one guy that was not featured there. He's their one liberal who
I've never heard him say anything liberal when I've been watching, ever.
Well, I know, but 80% of the time he's like, you guys are right, but not quite as right as you say.
Yeah. And it's called The Five, and there's one. I mean, that's enough, and he's not even.
Right. So now, to the heart of this is awesome, right? Carter-esque. But wait a minute. It's not all across the country. It's not like there's some sort of national phenomenon, et cetera.
Jimmy Carter was president during the energy crisis. Okay, right. This is not the energy. This is a disaster, and this is what people do in disasters. When people were lining up outside the Superdome, was that somehow like Hoover-esque because people didn't have houses and they were camping out?
So to that point, if you wanted to make a comment about, hey, Hurricane Sandy has not been handled well, now that we're a couple of days into it, it's an interesting discussion point. And so, for example, in Staten Island, people are complaining, hey, you know what, we still don't have the power, we're kind of ignored down here. We've had some reports of looters in New Jersey and in New York. So that's a legitimate conversation. But Fox can't have a legitimate conversation. They got to go over the top. So they're like, oh, yeah, Bloomberg doesn't want to get blamed, so he's blaming climate change, and that's why he's backing Obama, and it's insidious. And when you get to Obama, well, these gas lines in this particular area that just suffered through this incredible storm proves that he's like Carter.